Hello. We're going to be doing a high intensity interval training class today. So 40, 30, 20, 40 seconds of working hard, 30 seconds of working harder, 20 seconds of working hardest with rest intervals in between, about 20 seconds of rest. Okay, so I'm going to give you different options to work with. Make sure that you've done a nice warm-up, so either gone for a long walk, ride on your bike, or run. And if you're using the My Zone, make sure you have your My Zone on so you get your MEPs. Let's get started. We're going to start with squats for our 40 seconds. So we're working hard, 7 on a scale. So we're just going to have our feet about hip width apart and we're squatting up and down. Okay, really work on that range of motion. Make sure you're sitting back into those hips and heels. If squats don't work for you, then do break a stick. Okay, and I'll give you some options to make that harder and hardest. But right now, if you're doing the squats, you're working on that range of motion. We're working a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So remember, we have 8 and 9 that we still have to do. So right now, you're working a 7. For 3 more seconds. And rest. Okay, shake out those legs. We have 20 seconds of rest. And then we're going to pick something that's going to make it a little harder. 8 on that scale of 1 to 10. So maybe we incorporate some arms. Or maybe we add in a little jump or a heel lift. Otherwise, break that stick for that modification. Get ready, go. So, maybe we touch the floor, reach for the ceiling. Again, make sure you're sitting back into those hips and those heels. The knees are not going past those toes. Maybe we add a heel lift on the up, or maybe we add in a jump. You pick that option. That gets you to 8. Working harder on that 1 to 10 scale. We got 5 seconds left. And rest. Shake out those legs. Hardest coming up. It's only 20 seconds and then we're done with that exercise. So that's the great thing about this harder, hardest. We do 3 rounds and we're done. We go to that next exercise. So get ready, go. If you're doing jumps, soft jumps. If you're not doing jumps, work on a bigger range of motion. Or remember, you can do that break a stick if squats or jumps don't work for you. But make sure you're working at 9 right now. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Okay, we have 20 seconds to get to the floor. For our next exercise, we're doing push-ups. Starting out with hard. So let's start on our knees and save the harder off the knees. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're going to do a narrow push-up and then a wide. Okay, narrow and wide. So bring those hands out a little further apart, and then they're basically right underneath the shoulders. Alternating. If push-ups don't work for you, hold a plank. Or you can always do push-ups on the wall. So picking that hard, scale of 1 to 10, you're working a 7 right now. 10 seconds to go. 3 seconds. And rest. Take your hips back to your heels. Give yourself a nice little stretch. Okay? Going to harder next. So maybe we bring those knees up off the floor, or maybe we wait and do our 20 seconds with the knees off the floor. Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. So wide, push up, and then narrow. With that narrow, those elbows stay close into the body. Wide. Get that chest close to the floor. Narrow. Elbows in close. Work on that range of motion. Wide. And then narrow. You can always take one knee to the floor. Alternate legs. Or take both knees to the floor. And you're done with that set. 15 seconds. And we do hardest. And we're done with those push-ups. Okay, you can always hold a plank, remember. Push-ups on the wall. Find whatever's hardest for you. 20 seconds. Narrow push-up to wide push-up. You can go slow or fast. You pick the range of motion. You pick the pace. I should say range of motion should be full range of motion. Wide, and knees to the mat, or the floor, stretch it back. We're doing bicycle next, okay? And I have a flex ball with me. That's an option if you have one available. Just to make it a little more challenging, you don't have to have it. We're not going to use it right away. So we're just going to do bicycle. Laying down on the floor, hands behind your head, and you're reaching and reaching. Okay, reach the leg long. The longer you take the leg, the more you work the core, but make sure you don't feel any strain in your low back. Make sure you keep your shoulders up off the mat. If you're feeling strain in the neck, do a reverse crunch. Right here, you're still working the abdominals, but not putting strain on the low back. Otherwise, bicycle. The other thing is you can have your legs reaching up towards the ceiling instead of down towards the floor. 3, 2, 1, rest. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Harder's coming up. So if you have a flex ball, go ahead and put it right, basically in between your shoulder blades. Maybe a little lower than that. Knees come up, hands go behind the head, abs engaged, and rotate, rotate. Really focus on keeping that navel drawn in, feeling the abs, no strain in the back. Exhale as you reach those legs out. The longer the lever, the more challenging it is to your core. You decide if you're using that ball or not. You have 10 seconds left. Working that harder. 3, 2, 1, rest. So with that ball or without, hardest coming up. Make sure if you're doing the full exercise, your shoulders come all the way up off the mat. 3, 2, 1, go. So you can work slow or you can work fast. But work on that range of motion. Reaching that elbow towards the knee. Shoulders stay up, away from the floor. Really work those abs. You got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds till we do rear lunges. So we're coming back up off the floor. We have 10 seconds. If rear lunges don't work for you, do kick and punch. So just kicking and punching. They can be high kicks. They can be low kicks. Just crossing over the body. Rear lunges. Maybe with that hard, we just are stepping back, not really using those arms. Make sure that you're stepping back far enough that that front knee's not going past those toes. Okay, so nice range of motion. Back knee's getting close to the floor. We're trying to get that foot straight back behind the hip. If that's easy, maybe reach for the floor and reach for the ceiling. But we're only working a 7 here. So save yourself for that 8 and 9. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, shake out those legs. 20 seconds, we go for harder. So maybe we work more on the range of motion. Maybe we pick the pace up. Remember, modification, kick and punch. Going in 3, 2, 1, go. So maybe we pick up the pace a little bit. Maybe we add in those arms. Maybe we reach for the ceiling the whole time as we step back. Okay? This should be harder. 8 on your scale. I'm going to save the jumps for last, for the hardest. You got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Heart should be pumping. And it's going to be pumping a little more when we do that 20 seconds. Okay, so you got 10 seconds to think about it. Jump lunges, alternating legs for that last 20 seconds, or pick one of those other options we've just done. Get ready? Go. So jump lunges here, here, here. They can be faster. They can be slower. Working on that range of motion. You don't have to do jumps. Remember the lunges with reaching those arms up. You got 3, 2, 1, and done with that exercise. Now we're coming back to the floor. And we're going to do tricep dips. Okay, so working the back of the arms. So we're going to get in a table dip, in a table position in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, up. So here's your table. Fingertips are reaching towards your feet. We're just bending those elbows and pressing up. The focus is feel those triceps when you press up. Inhales, you bend. Exhales, you press up. Come back to that tabletop each time. Eyes are looking forward. Really think about trying to move the floor away from you. You're pushing the floor away as you lift up. Elbows are going straight back behind you. And this is your 7. Working hard. 3 seconds left. And rest. 20 seconds. We go for harder. Okay? I'll show you some options to making it not so hard either, since I didn't give you those options in that first set. Okay? So 5 seconds, we're going to go harder. 8 on that scale. Lifting those hips up. And go. So right here, really focus on bending those elbows and pushing up. If this is too difficult, put your butt down. And really focus on pushing the floor away from you. If you really think about the muscles you're working, which is the triceps, the back of the arms, that will have you working that much more. So butt down or butt up, but work those triceps. This is your harder. You only got 3 seconds left. You should be feeling the back of the arms. And rest. And then, for hardest, maybe we'll lift a leg up. Alternating legs. That's optional. Pick something that challenges you to that 9. Okay, so let's go ahead and come up into that bridge so we're ready right away. Pick your right leg up. Do your dip. Come back up. Switch legs. Left leg up. Dip. And up. Right leg. Really focus on pushing away from the floor. Elbows going straight back behind you. You're almost there. We can do one more on each side. And last time. And rest. Okay. Now that we got those triceps warmed up, we're going to do mountain climbers. Oh, yeah. So, love working those arms. Plank is your modification for mountain climbers. Okay, so we're going right now. Mountain climbers are pulling the knees in and out. This is your full mountain climber position. Make sure your butt is not up in the air. We start in a nice plank position and work from there. Maybe plank is your 7, just holding that plank. And maybe if you have wrist issues, you're down on those forearms and you just hold that plank the whole time instead of working those mountain climbers. Okay? Mountain climbers can be fast. They can be slow. Tapping the foot in and out. You pick it. Remember, this is your 7. You still have an 8 and a 9 coming up. Rest. 20 seconds to rest. And we have harder coming up. So try to get your breath. Focus on something that's going to get you to that 8. You got 5 seconds to think about it. 3, 2, 1, up. So mountain climbers, fast or slow. Focus on your shoulder stability and where your feet are. So again, we don't want the hips up in the air. We want a nice plank, and then we're working it from there. Either fast or slow, or somewhere in between. But this is your 8. You're working hard. You're breathing hard. You got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Knees to the mat. Stretch it back. Woo! 20 seconds coming up. And then we're done from the floor for a little while. Okay, so go in 3 seconds. Last set of mountain climbers. And go. Okay? You know what to pick at this point. You can hold a plank on your hands, on your forearms, but keep moving if you're doing those mountain climbers. Maybe you pick up the pace for that last few seconds. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it back. Woo! Okay, we're coming up. And we're going to do lunge, kick, butt. Okay, so let me show it to you quick before we get started. Actually, I'll wait until we get started. We're going to be lunging forward on one leg. Get ready, go. So we lunge, kick butt. Lunge, kick butt. So we're really lunging, deep lunge, and we're pushing back and trying to get that heel back towards the butt. If lunges don't work for you, pull the knee in towards those arms. So we're working balance. We're still working those hearts because we're working that cardio. So we're still working those muscles. Otherwise, it's lunge forward, kick butt. Lunge forward, kick butt. Working hard. You got 5 seconds left. And rest. That was hard. Harder is coming up. So how can we make it harder? Changing the pace, maybe incorporating some arms. In 10 seconds, same leg. Maybe 40, 30, 20 on this side, 40, 30, 20 on the other side. So lunge, kick butt. Get ready, go. This is your 8. So maybe we focus on a little more arm movement. Maybe we try to go a little faster. Faster, you're probably not going to get as low to the floor. So you decide if you're working more on range of motion or picking up the pace. And remember, you have that option of pulling the knee in towards the arms. As long as you're working that 8. 3, 2, 1, rest. Last option for hardest, of course, is adding in a jump. Jumps are always optional, so pick something else if jumps don't work for you. So, hardest, for this one, we're staying in a stationary lunge. Get ready to go. Okay? So jump lunges on that same side. Maybe we reach the arms up as we jump up. But you're working a 9, so do something that you feel that 9. And that you're not sure you can do more than a couple seconds, because that's where we are. And rest. Shake out those legs. We got the other leg to do. Lunge with kick butt. Modification. Knee comes in towards those arms. Okay? 5 seconds and we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So lunge forward, kick your butt. Lunge, kick. Right? Working that range of motion. If you feel that heart rate get up too high, then maybe don't go so low for the harder. Okay, this is your 7. So pick that 7 for that exercise. You're halfway through it. Getting that back knee close to the floor. Make sure you're stepping far enough forward that that front knee's not going past those toes. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Harder is coming up. Shake out those legs. So, we can pick up the pace, which will probably make the range of motion smaller, or maybe we incorporate the arms to make it a little harder. So, harder. Maybe we use those arms a little more. Maybe we keep that same pace we had before, or maybe we pick up the pace. But again, if you pick up the pace, most likely you're not going to get as deep in the lunges. So you decide. And remember, modification right here doesn't mean that you're working out any less. You're still working harder with those big movements. Heart rate's still coming up. You're working at 8. Rest. Hardest coming up. So jump lunges or any of those other options, or some other cardio that you know is going to challenge you with that 9. Going in 3 seconds. 2, 1, go. So 20 seconds. So we have that jump lunge here, or we can reach for the ceiling. If you feel like that heart rate's getting up too high, bring those arms back down. And remember, jumps are always optional. You don't have to be jumping. We got 3 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Shake out those legs. We're going to the floor. Mason twist. It's core work. We got 5 seconds. and start. So Mason twist is a V-sit position basically. We have our hands together and we're gonna touch our hands to the floor, near the side of our hips. Okay, this is our Mason twist. If Mason twist doesn't work for you, hold the V-sit, either here, hands can go behind your thighs, or you can put your feet on the floor. Okay, so find your hard. 7. If you have back issues, a lot of times rotation is not good for you. So stay with that V-sit. Still challenging that core. We got 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, harder's coming up. So focus on your range of motion, or pick up the pace, or maybe reach the legs out a little more. So maybe the knees aren't so bent. Maybe one leg is straight. And pull that knee in, so you can keep that leg straight and alternate legs, or you can keep both legs straight and do that rotation. Maybe you decide to save it for your hardest, because right now we're only doing harder. And remember those options: here, here, feet on the floor. Lots of options holding that V-sit. We got 5 seconds left of harder. 3, 2, 1. Rest. How we doing? 15 seconds, and then we go for hardest. And you're done with this exercise. Okay, so either knees bent or straight legs, and go. 20 seconds. Just make sure you're breathing. Pick that exercise that's hardest. You can go slow, or you can go fast. 10 seconds, and you're there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ow! How are we doing? We have 2 more exercises and you're done. We're gonna do up, up, down, downs, and then squats, standing, and we'll be done. So 1 more exercise on the floor. It's basically a plank position. We're gonna start on the forearms and go up, up, down, down. Alternating sides, up, up, down, down. So right arm goes up, left arm goes up. If those don't work for you, hold the plank, or you can do them on your knees. Up, up, down, down. So find that 7, because we still have that 8 coming up, and that 9. And you got 5 seconds left. And take it back. So we have those up, up, down, downs. Harder is coming up. So again, plank is your option. You don't have to be pressing up and down. And you can always be on your knees. Okay? So, picking that option. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go. Down, down, up, up. Down, down, up, up. You can put one knee down, just like we did on the push-ups. You can alternate knees for harder. So play around with the exercises and just focus on something that challenges you with that number. 7, 8, or 9. You got 5 seconds left. And knees to the mat. Stretch it back. Last set coming up. Up, up, down, down. On your knees or full plank position. The good thing is it's only 20 seconds, but this is hardest. So make sure that's where you are. Up, up, down, down. You can go slow, you can go fast. I like to go slower because I feel like my muscles are working harder. You're already halfway through it. Make sure you're breathing. 3 seconds left. And knees to the mat. Stretch it back. We have 1 more exercise, and it's squats with punch the ceiling. Okay, so we started out with squats. We're going to end with squats. But this squat, we're going to stay low the whole time. 3, 2, 1, go. So make sure the knees are not going past the toes, and we're punching the ceiling. We're sitting back into those hips. Maybe your squat is here, Just make sure your muscles are feeling it. No strain in the knees. And you feel like you're working a 7. So work on that form. Abs engaged. Use those arms. They don't have to be huge punches yet, because again, we still have that 8 and 9. So right now we're working at a 7 for 10 more seconds. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Shake out those legs. So harder. Maybe we get a little lower. Maybe we punch a little higher or harder. Or maybe we do both. Okay? Something to get you to that 8. So feet hip width apart. Focus on that form. Setting back into those hips and heels. Knees are not going past the toes. And go. How low can you go? Abs engaged. You can go smaller with the movements and pick up the pace, or bigger and slow down the pace. You pick your 8. Where do you need to be in the squat? Let your muscles tell you. So your muscles should be talking to you. No strain in the joints. You're going for 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. Last set of your last exercise. And then we're done. Okay? So what are you going to do to make it hardest? It's 9 on that scale. 3, 2, 1, go. So how low can you go? And how hard can you punch? Punch the ceiling. Punching so hard that you feel like you might fall over, but your core is keeping you stable. You have 5 seconds. Can you get a little lower? Can you punch a little harder? 3, 2, 1. And done. Shake it out. We're going to stretch it out. Okay, so quadricep stretch. Actually, let's do calf stretch first. So back leg. We'll work the arms, stretch out the arms too. Make sure that back foot is on the floor. Back heel's on the floor. You're reaching those arms back behind you. Feeling a stretch in the chest, arms, and your back calf. You can keep that back leg straight or bend the knee. It's going to work, stretch your muscles a little differently. Stretch your calf muscles. Okay, switch legs. So reach those arms out to the side and press that back heel into the floor. Leaning forward. Make sure the back heel's in contact with the floor. You're feeling a good stretch in that calf. And again, if you want to bend that knee, you just feel it a little deeper into that calf muscle. So you can do 2 different stretches. You should be holding your stretches 20 to 30 seconds long. And make sure you feel it the whole time. If you feel it lighten up, then go a little deeper. All right, let's do a quadricep stretch. If you need to hold on to something, get a chair or get to the wall. Lengthen the knee down towards the floor. Feeling a nice stretch in the front of the quad. Really focus on lengthening the knee down towards the floor. So it's more about lengthening the knee down towards the floor than trying to jam your heel to your butt. Okay, so really think about opening up the front of the hip a little more. And then maybe even you reach your arm up towards the ceiling to get a little more stretch through the torso. Switch legs. So quadricep stretch. Tall through the torso. Knee reaches down towards the floor. Maybe reach the arm up towards the ceiling and get nice length through the entire body. Think about opposing directions. Reaching tall to the ceiling as you lengthen that knee towards the floor. Getting that stretch. All the way through the leg, in the quad. Maybe even through the front of the hip flexor a little bit, also if you have tight hip flexors. Okay, let's do inner thigh and glute. Just reach that leg out to the side and lean over that leg. So you should feel it a little bit in your inner thigh and then on the outer side of your glute, or in your glute, on the opposite side. And then come on up. Switch legs. Stretch over. You can do a shoulder stretch with that. Switching arms. And then let's do a tricep stretch. Just reach that elbow up towards the ceiling. Take a nice lateral stretch over the side. Come back to the center. Then other arm up and stretch over to the other side. Then come back to center. Big shoulder rolls. And good job. See you next time.